up, guys? It's Maddie. Today we're going to be discussing Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the third and final book in the Shatter Me trilogy, so that being said, if you haven't read Shatter Me and you're not finished Unravel Me, I would leave, but if you're finished Unravel Me, I'm going to talk about non-spoiler things about Ignite Me, so I would stay. I will link my Shatter Me and Unravel Me book discussions down below in case you want to know what this series is about. Haven't read the series yet, I really would recommend picking it up. Even if you don't like the storyline, read it for the writing, because the writing style in this is incredible. The imagery that Tahereh Mafi uses is insane. This book picks up where Unravel Me leaves off after Juliet was shot in the chest by Warner's father. Thankfully, Warner, as we know, saved her with Sonia and Sarah's power because he's able to take someone else's power and project it into someone else. Basically, this book just shows the fate of Juliet and Adam and Warner's world and the fate of the love triangle. And if you watched my Unravel Me book talk, you know where I stand on this love triangle. You know who should be together and who should leave. And in this book, we know who should leave. The character development in this book was incredible. Juliet, in the beginning of the series, started out as this passive, pessimistic, withdrawn main character, and she's difficult to read in the beginning because she's clinging to her sanity by a thread. And then in Unravel Me, she starts to get a little bit better, but she's still kind of whiny because she's stuck in this love triangle. But then enters Warner, who she literally makes stronger. In this book, she is completely changed. I've never seen a character do such a 180 before. She speaks her mind in this book. She understands that she has this power within her that can't be caged up. She's not the same anymore, and it's great to read from her point of view. There's no more crossouts in this book. It shows you that she's not doubting herself anymore. She is upfront with people. There's a scene in this where she yells at Adam. It's one of those things where before Juliet would have been like,
oh, well, I might hurt his feelings, so I'm not gonna say it to his face like yet. I'm just gonna ponder upon it for like 100 pages and then cross out stuff and then get sad and like...
No, this Juliet goes up to him and speaks her mind and says what she needs to say, and she gets stuff done. It's wonderful. And then Warner, we discover he's such a complex character because he has feelings! Yeah, he has feelings! When they explain his backstory, you understand his complexity. We meet his mother, we understand his past with his father, and there's just so much in him. There's so much raw emotion that Tahereh Mafi portrays on these pages. It broke my heart, some of the scenes with Warner. You understand why he's hardened as a person, why he only shares his feelings with a select few. Not much action really happens in this book until the very end, but it had my attention the entire time because some of the dialogue is so wonderful and heartfelt, and some of the words are so amazing. There's so many metaphors in here that are just gorgeous. I love them so much. It's wonderful that Tahereh Mafi can keep my attention the entire time with mainly dialogue. Kenji is the best. Oh my gosh. I feel like in a lot of dystopians there is that one character who is there to be the humor, and I wish we would have found out more about Kenji's backstory because he's so pained in some scenes, and I wish we would have known what was behind his humorous facade. Needless to say, I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads because I felt it was a wonderful ending to a series. It was almost a little too perfect at the end, but I don't know, maybe it's just because Allegiant has messed up my idea of how dystopians should end, because Allegiant, let me be real with you, kind of rips your heart out and stomps on it. If you haven't read Ignite Me, I would go, I would leave, I would read it, and I would come back so we can discuss it. I feel like we need an epilogue in this book, just to, you know, hear wedding bells. I want to see them conquer the world. I really kind of wish we almost had an epilogue for this because we had the epilogue in Allegiant. And we had the epilogue in Champion. In this, I feel like it would be nice to have an epilogue to see what happened to Warner and what happened to Juliet, and if they ended up staying together forever or if they ended up conquering the world together. I disliked in this book how much of a disregard Juliet kind of had for her power, because in the beginning, before she knew that she could stop this scary strength in her skin, she would run up and hug Kenji. She hugged him several times before she could turn it off. Juliet, I know y'all are both wearing long pants and long sleeve shirts, but your neck could accidentally touch his neck. He could die. We don't want that because we like Kenji. Maybe at that point she had control over it. When she did discover that she had control over it, that was a really heartwarming scene because Kenji hugs her and then everyone's tackling her and giving her hugs, and it's wonderful because she finally says that she doesn't have to end up with anyone by default. She can love whoever she wants because she can touch people now. No one has to be afraid of her anymore. Obviously, she ends up with Warner because Warner is fabulous. Warner is a fashionista. There's literally a scene. It's always been apparent that Warner takes pride in his appearance. His outfits are impeccable. His clothes fit him like they were cut for his body. But now I finally understand why he took such care with my wardrobe. He wasn't trying to patronize me. He was enjoying himself. Aaron Warner Anderson, the Chief Commander and Regent of Sector 45, son of the Supreme Commander of the Reestablishment. He has a soft spot for fashion. It just adds to my love for Warner's character because he has all this hardness to him in the beginning and he seems ruthless, but then nope. Warner's a fashionista. I did, however, find Juliet's projecting ability to be slightly odd. It's kind of like she has telekinesis almost, but you can project strength. I thought it was really cool because at one point when she's talking to the soldiers, to show them that she's amazing, she projects her strength to push them apart. It was cool. It was really, really cool. And I liked how she pushed all of them off the ship. On the ship, she's like,
I'm going down.
And she does. And then she finds Anderson and shoots him in the face. Yes, because I hated him so much. Was I the only one wondering who the blonde boy at the end was? I thought it was going to be explained because she said he looked familiar. But she just goes up to him and snaps his neck and then doesn't come back to him at all. I, being the imaginative person I am, think that this blonde-haired boy was probably another one of Anderson's sons. What did you think of this book? I really enjoyed it. Tell me down below in the comments so we can discuss it. I'm Maddie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!